Ahmed Hamza has emerged as a prominent figure within the vast landscape of online content creation. His presence on platforms like YouTube has garnered him a significant following, establishing him as a notable voice. However, this prominence has recently been overshadowed by a growing wave of scrutiny and criticism. Concerns are mounting regarding the methods Hamza allegedly employs to engage with his audience. These accusations suggest a pattern of behavior that some observers find deeply troubling. Specifically, critics contend that Hamza utilizes tactics reminiscent of those historically associated with cult leaders. This investigation aims to explore these alleged methods in detail. We will examine how Hamza is accused of cultivating and maintaining a devoted following. Our focus will be on the specific techniques highlighted by those who have raised alarms about his influence. The summary of these allegations paints a picture of calculated strategies. These strategies are reportedly designed to foster unwavering loyalty and control over his viewership. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for navigating the complexities of modern online influence. A primary concern raised by those scrutinizing Ahmed Hamza centers on his charismatic personality. He possesses a natural magnetism that draws viewers in. This charisma is often cited as a key factor in his rapid ascent. Hamza consistently utilizes a highly persuasive communication style in his content. His delivery is often compelling, making his arguments seem particularly convincing. This approach helps to solidify his message in the minds of his audience. He is frequently described as a captivating speaker, capable of holding an audience's attention for extended periods. His ability to articulate complex ideas in an accessible manner contributes to his appeal. This skill is a powerful tool for influence. Furthermore, Hamza frequently employs emotional appeals to connect deeply with his audience. He taps into shared feelings and experiences, creating a sense of solidarity. This emotional resonance makes his messages more impactful and memorable. He often weaves personal anecdotes into his narratives, building a profound sense of connection with viewers. These stories make him appear relatable and authentic. They foster a bond that transcends a typical creator-viewer relationship. This deliberate sharing of personal experiences creates an illusion of intimacy and trust with his viewers. They feel as though they know him on a deeper level. This perceived closeness can significantly lower their guard against his influence. As a result, viewers become more susceptible to his teachings and perspectives. Their emotional investment makes them more open to accepting his viewpoints without critical examination. This vulnerability is a significant concern. Hamza meticulously crafts a specific persona to establish himself as an undeniable authority figure. He projects an image of wisdom and expertise, positioning himself as a guide. This carefully constructed identity reinforces his perceived credibility. Ultimately, this cultivated authority fosters a growing dependency on his guidance. Viewers begin to look to him for answers and direction in various aspects of their lives. This reliance can become a powerful mechanism of control. Ahmed Hamza is also accused of employing techniques designed to subtly isolate his followers. This isolation is not always overt, but can manifest through various digital strategies. The goal is to create a self-contained ecosystem. He actively promotes exclusive content, often accessible only to his most dedicated audience members. This creates a sense of privilege and belonging among those who gain access. It reinforces their commitment to his community. Furthermore, Hamza frequently utilizes private groups for his followers, often on platforms outside of public view. These closed communities serve as echo chambers where his ideas are amplified. They limit exposure to external viewpoints. Within these spaces, there is a strong emphasis on his teachings as the ultimate truth. His doctrines are presented as definitive and unquestionable. This narrative discourages any form of independent thought or inquiry. Consequently, Hamza actively discourages critical thinking among his followers. He subtly, or sometimes overtly, dismisses any questioning of his pronouncements. This suppression of intellectual curiosity is a hallmark of controlling environments. He also discourages the consideration of alternative perspectives or dissenting opinions. Any viewpoint that deviates from his own is often framed as misguided or even malicious. This creates a narrow intellectual pathway for his audience. This strategic approach effectively creates an echo chamber where his views are constantly reinforced. Followers hear only what aligns with Hamza's narrative. This constant affirmation solidifies their belief in his authority. Such an environment makes it increasingly difficult for followers to question his authority or teachings. The lack of diverse input erodes their ability to critically evaluate his claims. Their worldview becomes increasingly shaped by his influence. A key tactic attributed to Ahmed Hamza involves the deliberate manipulation of information. This is not about outright falsehoods, but rather a selective presentation of facts. He curates the narrative to serve his agenda. He selectively presents information that exclusively supports his pre-established narrative. Data or events that contradict his views are often omitted or downplayed. This creates a biased and incomplete picture for his audience. Crucially, Hamza actively suppresses dissent and opposing viewpoints within his sphere of influence. Comments or discussions that challenge his authority are often removed. This ensures that only agreeable voices are heard. He frequently dismisses any criticism leveled against him as mere misinformation or baseless attacks. This tactic delegitimizes valid concerns and protects his image. It prevents genuine scrutiny from taking hold. Furthermore, Hamza often attributes criticism to external forces actively working to undermine his message. He frames himself as a victim of a larger conspiracy. This narrative rallies his followers to his defense and against perceived enemies. This creates a pervasive climate of fear among his followers. They become hesitant to express doubts or ask challenging questions. The fear of being labeled an outsider or misinformed keeps them compliant. This environment actively discourages open dialogue and healthy debate. Critical discussion is replaced by unquestioning acceptance. This stifles intellectual growth and independent thought within his community. Ultimately, these tactics solidify his control over his followers. By controlling the flow of information and suppressing dissent, he maintains an unchallenged position of authority. This power dynamic is central to the accusations against him. Beyond the psychological tactics, Ahmed Hamza's financial activities have also become a significant point of contention. The way he monetizes his platform raises questions about the nature of his relationship with his followers. These financial dealings are seen as contributing to the overall pattern of control. He actively promotes paid courses to his audience, often positioning them as essential for personal growth or success. These courses can be expensive, creating a financial barrier for those who wish to access his deeper teachings. This monetized knowledge creates a tiered system of access. In addition to courses, Hamza sells various merchandise to his followers. This can range from branded apparel to other products associated with his message. These sales further integrate his brand into the daily lives of his audience, turning them into consumers of his ideology. He also frequently encourages donations from his audience, often framing them as contributions to a larger cause or mission. These appeals can tap into the emotional investment his followers already have in his work. They feel compelled to support him financially. These various financial streams contribute to a growing financial dependency on his teachings. Followers invest not just their time and emotional energy, but also their money into his ecosystem. This financial commitment deepens their entanglement. This financial investment creates a vested interest in maintaining his influence and the perceived value of his teachings. If his authority were to crumble, their financial outlay would seem wasted. This incentivizes continued loyalty. Ultimately, Hamza's livelihood is directly tied to the loyalty and financial contributions of his followers. This creates a powerful incentive for him to maintain their devotion. The financial model reinforces the alleged control mechanisms. The accusations leveled against Ahmed Hamza paint a concerning picture of persuasive techniques. These methods, when viewed collectively, bear striking resemblances to those historically employed by individuals leading cult-like groups. The pattern of influence is deeply unsettling to many observers. The alleged tactics include the strategic deployment of charismatic leadership to draw in and captivate an audience. This initial allure is then reportedly leveraged to establish a profound connection. This connection forms the bedrock of his influence. Furthermore, the accusations highlight the deliberate isolation of followers from outside influences. This creates a closed system where Hamza's voice is paramount. It limits exposure to alternative viewpoints and critical thought. The manipulation of information and the suppression of dissent are also central to the allegations. By controlling the narrative and silencing opposition, Hamza allegedly maintains an unchallenged authority. This control over information is a powerful tool. Finally, the financial incentives and the creation of dependency through paid offerings are a significant part of the critique. These financial ties deepen the commitment of followers and create a vested interest in Hamza's continued success. The monetary aspect adds another layer to the alleged control. This case highlights the critical importance of fostering strong critical thinking skills in the digital age. Audiences must be equipped to evaluate information independently. They need to question sources and motives, especially from influential figures. It also emphasizes the urgent need for enhanced media literacy among online consumers. Understanding how content is produced, framed, and monetized is vital. This knowledge empowers individuals to navigate complex online environments safely. Navigating the complex landscape of online influencers requires constant vigilance and discernment. The lines between genuine mentorship and manipulative control can be incredibly subtle. Audiences must learn to identify the warning signs. Ultimately, this investigation addresses the potential impact of such tactics on vulnerable audiences. Young, impressionable, or searching individuals can be particularly susceptible to charismatic figures offering simple answers. Protecting these audiences is a collective responsibility.